Hi everybody, this is Rob and Kurt with Two Brothers Hobby, and we're taking a look at the Flyzone DHC-2 Beaver TXR.
That's right. Very well known, as you said, iconic plane. It's pretty much in every single simulator out there, even full-scale simulators, and by far one of my favorite to fly in the full-scale simulator platforms. It's just a great plane.
It is.
And of course we've got one that's a select scale kit. Yep. So the Flyzone Select Scale series adds a lot of scale detail on, from the antennas to the navigation lights, the beacon, and the landing lights, and just the strut work on the floats. Now, of course, this comes with landing gear and floats, which is kind of cool. The kit comes with both, so you can choose to fly it on the ground or on water. Of course,
why?
You know,
why would you put the landing?
We have the option of throwing our opinion in here. Why would you put landing gear on a Beaver?
Exactly.
I put floats in a Beaver.
You put floats.
Yep. So we installed ours with the floats, of course. But let's take a look at some of the specs. The Flyzone DHC-2 Beaver has a 59.5-inch wingspan. Wing area is 430 square inches. Wing loading is 16 ounces per square foot. Overall length is 38.5 inches. Has an all-up weight of 3 pounds. The motor is a 28mm brushless outrunner. Our TXR kit also had the ESC, a 40-amp brushless ESC with integrated BEC. The included servos are 4 micro analog. The included receiver is a Tactic TR604 2.4 gig SLT. And the recommended battery is a Flyzone 3S 11.1 volt 1800 milliamp 20C LiPo. And it's also going to require a 4 to 5 channel Tactic transmitter or a Tactic AnyLink module with a compatible transmitter. And at the time of this review, the price is $209.97. Now, Two Brothers setup is we use the Tactic TTX 600 transmitter. We use the Flyzone 3S 1800 milliamp battery. We also tested it with a 2200 milliamp 3S Flight Power Pro 50. With that said, not a whole lot of room to put the battery in up in the front, so we were able to squeeze that battery in the Pro 50 Flight Power. It just happened to fit. It was a little shorter configuration. Well, of course, a little more run time with the higher milliamp rating on the battery, or capacity on the battery, but you know, we did most of our test flying with the recommended 1800 milliamp.
Yeah, and you'll find it with the 1800 milliamp. You're not. It doesn't leave you wanting for more.
No, when you go to the floats configuration, you got a little more weight you're carrying around, a little more drag, so you're going to get a little less run time in the float as opposed to the landing gear configuration or the wheel configuration. But overall, you know, we'll see in the review, the run times are acceptable across. I think across both configurations.
Sure.
Rob, you assembled the Flyzone Beaver. Tell us what you uncovered when you pulled out of the box.
Well, the main subcomponents. There aren't a lot of pieces that you're faced with as far as the main structure. Obviously, being foam, you know, there isn't a whole lot. It's pretty general what you see on all the kits coming out as far as the main sub-assemblies. But we'll start at the fuse. The fuse has everything installed that you would normally need in the fuse. You've got your motor. Your cowl is already set in place for you. Your ESC is in place. Receiver, all the linkages, everything's ready to go. All the markings are already applied to it. Your wings themselves, you've got the 2 main wings, and you've got the horizontal and vertical stabs, and those are a pretty simple fit. It's actually a unique. We'll get into it later, but it's a pretty unique system on the main wings as to how they attach. As mentioned before, we've got landing gear available that comes with the kit. The floats themselves look intimidating when you see all of the struts that are on here, but the way they've got this laid out, everything's numbered, so it's basically just match the number up with the corresponding number on the float.
You notice you got multiple holes in each of the pads for connection points, but there's stickers that point to the specific hole you're going to be using. So
you got it. So
it doesn't get much easier.
No, it doesn't. The interesting thing too is, we mentioned before, it's got the nav lights. That's nice because it's got nav lights both ends of the wings. You know, you got your beacon and the landing light. But you'll notice that this has a full cockpit inside. It's got front seat, rear seats, and the dashboard has got all the instrumentation on it, which is just kind of neat to see them stepping up to that next level.
Yep.
If you look at the cowl, it's got a very nicely replicated radial engine on it. Wouldn't take much to detail that up with a little bit of paint, some shadowing, and really make it look like a nice used engine. And then, of course, you got the obligatory parts bag, which is a lot of pieces parts.
Yep.
But it's not. The instructions are very straightforward. This is not a hard build at all. If you've got any ARFs under your, really not. I wouldn't even say that. No, an ARF, so to speak, as much as just an assembly of a few planes under your belt, you're going to be able to put this together. And then, of course, you got your stickers and your manual.
Now, one of the things I noticed kind of interesting too is you have two twin water rudders that are mounted at the end of the floats.
Correct.
And the linkage system itself is a monofilament line
Yep.
with a rubber band that gives you spring back on both of your water rudders.
Yeah.
Which, the way this kit is assembled, when you have the floats on there, the water rudders stick down below. As you can see, they're actually hitting our bench. So, but if this was a rigid mount, there's a good chance you could break something or
Yeah.
knock things out of alignment.
Yeah.
It's pretty forgiving. You can move these to the left or to the right, and
Yep.
they spring right back in place.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about the mount, at first I wasn't really crazy about the monofilament because it's like, well, you're used to that hard linkage that comes back around
To
from
one
the rudder.
rudder or something. Yeah.
Yep. But when you look at this, having this kind of pull system set up with the rudder against the water rudders, it's very flexible. It's a lot more prone to resistant
yeah.
to hanger rash and stuff. And it's easily fixed. You can
Yeah,
just
it
take a
is.
new piece of monofilament if you break these or something. But
Yeah, and you're using a couple of rubber bands as your actual tensioning
Yep.
pieces to.
as your return half of the
Return half, you
return
got it,
half
yeah.
of the pull. So
Yep.
it's a pretty unique and a little ingenious system they
It
set up
is.
there.
It is.
But the next step is to take it out and fly it.
Yes, it is.
So make sure you come back for the second half for the review scoring.